welcome to No Recipe Required. So, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, right? They're everywhere. We all cook them all the time, and frankly, they are kind of a blank canvas. One might say they're a little boring, but you can do almost anything with them. They take flavors really, really well. But you got to know the basics on how to cook them. It's really simple to do. There's actually a ton of different ways to cook them. I'm going to go over one kind of pan roasting method where we're going to sear it on both sides, keep it nice, moist, juicy, and get a delicious outside crust on it. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, let's go ahead and show you how to pan roast a couple chicken breasts. Now, I'm using boneless, skinless breasts that I've pounded out a little bit, but you can absolutely apply the same techniques to everything. When we talk about pan roasting, I always start on top of the stove, a good hot pan and some olive oil. We want to get a nice sear on the chicken. So I'm going to lay it down. You want to hear that nice sizzle. If you don't, the pan's not hot enough, so pull it back up and give the pan another couple minutes. You want to make sure your chicken is seasoned with whatever it is you're using. I've got salt and pepper on there, as well as like some fajita spices, because that's what I'm doing. And this first step is really just about searing the outside of the chicken, getting a nice crust on both sides, and then we're going to finish it off in an oven I've got preheated to about 400 degrees. After a couple minutes on nice high heat, you're going to start seeing the chicken start to turn color and become a little opaque on the edges. That means it's cooking. I haven't touched it. I haven't flipped it. One of the keys here is you don't want to go messing with it every 5 minutes. Otherwise, you ruin that perfect sear that you got on the underside. We're going to flip our chicken once and stick it into our 400-degree oven for the roasting portion. That underside is now going to get seared on that side, and the surrounding heat from the oven is going to cook it all the way through. And we're going to have our roasted chicken in probably 7-8 minutes in the oven. So knowing when the chicken is done takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of experience. You can generally use kind of the field test. The firmer it gets, the more cooked it is. And obviously chicken, you got to make sure it's done. Now you can also use a meat thermometer. You can also, if you put it on a cutting board, you're looking for the juices to run clear. Super important in any pan roast is to let the meat rest. So I'm just going to pull these off to a cutting board and let them really just sit, let the juices relax for 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so after our chicken is rested, you can go ahead, cut, serve however you want, and you're going to get a beautifully moist, nice, tender, perfectly cooked chicken with a nice, seared outside, tasty crust, and it's absolutely wonderful. That's how we pan roast a chicken breast, and I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required.